All right, welcome back, everybody. We are live. It's Zenith Online Racing. This is Tier 1. It's round 17. We are at Monza for the Italian Grand Prix, the penultimate Grand Prix of the season. I'm Arbega. Joining me in the booth for his debut in the comms squad, Grim. Welcome, my friend.
Yeah, thank you for the warm introduction. Happy to be here. As you mentioned, my first time commentating in the league, and very excited to get this going.
Glad to have you here. Been kind of carrying the weight of the streams on my shoulders most of the season, so always nice to have somebody to bounce ideas off of and fill some of that dead air when I run out of breath. So glad
Hey,
to have you here.
absolutely. Yeah, man. Honestly, you do a great job, week
All right.
in, week
Thank you.
out, and yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a great thing to just have you consistently be, the voice of the Tier 1 stream every time I watch on Monday. So it's, very, very appreciative is what I'm trying to get at.
All right, man. I appreciate those kind words.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad you enjoyed so much. It's something I think it gets overlooked sometimes because I'm just here every single time, and nobody really thinks twice about it. But um, yeah,
Yeah.
I try to make sure I'm free on Monday nights for this, and I enjoy it. And we got 2 races left this season. We got Packer, who is the champion now officially. So Packer will take back-to-back
Yeah,
titles here in Tier
congrats.
1. Yeah, drove really well all season. Obviously, sort of took the championship win by default. Well, I wouldn't say default. I mean, he was clearly well ahead of the rest of the field. It was him and one other driver, and that driver has departed. Um, so it's Packer getting the title again. But yeah, let's not dwell too much on that. Let's focus on what we got going tonight. We got Packer. We are on board with Packer right now. He is the Season 5 champion. He's got 2 races left to try and pad those numbers and see if he can increase his gap over second place. He's starting his first hot lap here at Monza, the Temple of Speed, as it's affectionately known.
Yeah, it looks like he is on his way to a great start to this lap, but it looks like he may come upon some traffic ahead, so we'll see how he's able to navigate that while keeping up his speed. Runs a little wide there on the exit.
Yeah, just making his way around through the Lesmos right now. Really tricky corners. The second one should be a lot higher speed when you hit the apex, but nonetheless, it's both part of that. The Lesmo corner is very tricky to navigate, and then you've got, of course, the Ascari chicane.
Ooh, that was close.
And he's gone off and invalidated. So, as you mentioned, very close to losing the car off the track there, and did knock his time into the red, so it will not count. Zeig is retired. Has he done that? Oh yeah, he's forgot he's not a Tier 1 driver. He's retiring because he's reserving. That makes sense. And I was like, wait, he's in the pits. Why would he retire? Yeah, no qualifying for reserves that are just filling in if they're just trying to make up numbers.
We have Doth about to finish a lap here on the mediums. Come around the final corner.
Let's get to Doth. There he is. Making his way through
Taking the
Parabolica.
short line.
Yeah, it looks like, actually, you've just noticed there's only 14 drivers here. So maybe Matthew Dernier didn't make it.
Yeah, I could have been in there.
Yeah, exactly. Dernier did not make it, it looks like. I thought he was going to, unless he's going to join late, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't really...
That could be.
I wasn't paying attention in the Discord there, so Doth has finished his lap. I've missed all the other hot laps so far. Fuzz goes to the top of the timesheets for now.
Team Money about to finish a lap.
There we go, T-Money. There he goes. How's the audio sounding for Grim? Is his audio loud enough compared to mine? It sounds good on my end. I just don't know how it sounds on the stream. Puff on a lap. We'll just ride with Puff here. Making his way through a scar. He's got a yellow flag. He doesn't actually need to lift, though, because this isn't real. Someone going terribly slow here. I don't know if they're just out of fuel, maybe. It's Beck. Maybe he's just didn't want to be in the way at all.
I think he invalidated on his lap, so he's just probably backing off into the pits.
Yeah, that makes sense. Here comes Puff with a 19.5. That goes to P4 for the time being, so that's pretty solid from Puff. It's definitely looking for a good quality session here. Short field. Wants to try and make up some points. He's been struggling to get points most of the season, Puff, and it's definitely starting to become a little more consistent here. T-Money runs really wide, but they did not ding him for that. I guess he lifted enough that they didn't deem him gaining an advantage. Let's see how this lap pans out for T-Money there.
Does have a little bit of understeer coming into that final corner.
And 19.5.
Really close.
So,
great lap.
Yeah, look at the times between T-Money, Jinnit, and Puff there. All like 300ths between three cars there. But yeah, really nice lap from T-Money, and considering how wide he ran there, I thought he was going to take a bit more of a penalty for that, but looks like it actually worked out for him. Durnia has joined. Okay, so there he is. Will he get into a car? I don't. Someone said that they changed that so now you can join late in the quali session, but I've yet to see it.
That is true. I have done that.
Yeah. Okay. So he just has to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, Puff is about to pit.
Yeah. Looks like most guys pitting. Here comes Sam though, just starting a flyer. So let's ride on board with Sam here as he makes his way towards Curva Grande. There's a pizza place about halfway between my house and Puff's house called Mr. Grande. They make gigantic pizzas.
Pizza?
Yeah, it is. They're enormous though, so like, you know, it's very rare that you actually justify buying one.
I'd rather have too much pizza than not enough pizza.
Yeah, that's true. Oh no!
Ooh,
Sam's out!
No, Sam.
Jeez, that was a rough collision for Sam. The Lesmos, as I mentioned though, the second one caught him out there, and Sam
got on
loses
the power
his wheel.
a little too early.
Yeah, luckily we don't really have to stop the session here, even though by rule we normally would if it was real F1. But they're going to be able to keep going here. Sam's car will be cleared any moment, so that's Sam out. Let's see if we can find another guy on a flyer here. That was pretty fun until he crashed. And he had... Oh no, there goes Seabass! And he's out too! Seabass into a Ascari he was so
low
far...
downforce.
Yeah, he was so far wide that when he tried to return to the track, the car just snapped the opposite direction, and he completely lost control of it. So through Ascari, we've lost another driver, and the Temple of Speed claims another victim.
We have Doth about to finish a lap on softs.
Oh, he's just starting, or it said out lap.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, he's just starting a lap. So let's ride with Doth here. Doth, I think he's pretty good at Monza from what I can recall. So let's see how Doth can do here. And Doth's been on a pretty good tear lately. He's been scoring a lot of podiums. And not one of those faster drivers is no longer in the group. So Doth should be able to get up there and challenge for P2, I think, if he can maintain his form of recent races. He's up 5/10 so far through Sector 1.
Still a little bit cautious, though. You can definitely tell he's trying to make sure he sets his lap. He gets a qualifying lap done on these tires.
Yeah, he wants to make sure it's on the board, I guess, because he isn't really taking... he's not really wringing the neck of it as you'd like to see. So yeah, probably just wants to get that banker lap in. If he can get somewhere around Puff with this lap, I think he'll be happy, and then he can build on that. Very easy to invalidate here. Yes, Adri, your eyes do not deceive you. Fuzz, well, he was first, but now it's Fusions and Packer by a long shot. 8/10 here. Packer up on his teammate Fusions. But that's a nice lap from Fusions. He's been talking all day in the chat about his time trial times, and a nice move, or nice lap there from Doth. Moves up into P4, yeah. 19 flat. That's a good lap. For what looked pretty tentative, that's a good time.
Yeah, slow and steady, I guess.
Yeah, Beck takes a trip across the chicane there, and he's gonna lose his lap as well. I'm not sure if he's trying to make it back, maybe.
T-Money finishing a lap, or starting a lap, my apologies.
Yeah, T-Money. So, Grimm's audio's good, I guess? No, nobody really answered me before, so. I'm assuming they probably can hear you, otherwise somebody would have said something by now.
You talking to yourself, big weirdo?
Yeah, well, I mean, literally like 80% of the time, that's the way it is. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, T-Money, I do talk to myself, to be honest, though. Helps you sort your thoughts out when you're feeling overwhelmed, I find. It's always a good thing. Anyways, just a little life advice from Big N.
I think Ryan might be the next one to finish a lap.
Yeah, moving through Ascari. So yeah, like I was saying, Fusion's talking about time trial times all day today. And
yeah,
he set a pretty good lap time there. Sam also was talking to him about it, and Sam had beaten Fusion's time, so look for Sam to make up a lot of places in this race. I think he's got pace here. He just obviously had a unfortunate moment there and lost the car, so could keep an eye on Sam to move through the field here. Decent lap from Ryan. Ryan's been struggling the last few weeks. He had a really strong, like, you know, first 3 quarters of the season, but I'd say the last 3 or 4 races he's been struggling to find pace and quality, and the races just haven't been going his way either. So not sure if he's maybe adjusted some assists or something along those lines. But yeah, definitely Ryan looking for his mid-season form again here. And I hope that he can.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely 100% on board with you. I thought, you know, he had a lot of good pace, good results in the beginning of the season, but I'm surprised to see him, you know, just struggling to make the top 10. I know he has the pace to definitely, you know, be in the top 8.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We'll see if he, you know, rebounds in the next game for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously the season's pretty close to being over, so Ryan's probably just hoping he can get one good race in before the season ends. That could be tonight or next week, and yeah, I'm sure he'll be happy with that. It is very easy to slide into a funk. You know, much like a real driver in real life, you just start to doubt yourself, and you start forcing it, and you kind of lose your, style, like what's been working for you. You kind of forget how to get there, and it's very easy to get into a funk. I mean, I had a lot of struggles last season myself, and then some races just things fall into your lap as well. So anything can happen.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be in the right place at the right time.
Who do we have now?
It's like Durnia on a push lap. He's invalidated though, and he's gone really wide. So Durnia's struggling a little bit here. So yeah, he did get his car in. He got into his car and was able to get out there and start qualifying. So that's a really positive thing to see for future reference. Obviously, I think it's been discussed a few times this season, but I don't recall anyone actually getting into the car and getting laps in at this stage.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a huge help. Obviously, some people have different things going on in their lives and are not yet able to make it on time. Exactly. Yep. So, you know, having that extra 5-minute cushion definitely helps.
So Puff had a big moment through Ascari there. He's on his outlap though, so it's not too concerning. But Puff, yeah, just starting a flyer here, hitting 344 down the straight. So obviously running fairly low downforce to be hitting that kind of top speed. Obviously DRS available.
Lockup.
Yeah, big lockup. But yeah, we're gonna ride on board with Puff here as he makes his way through Curva Grande. We'll see if he can get himself a little further up the field here. He's very close to quite a few drivers. If he can just find a few tenths, he can easily climb 4 or 5 spots here. So it's a pretty important lap for Puff at this stage of quality. I don't think he'll have time to get another lap in if he puts this one in. By the time he gets around pits, gets back out. So making his way through Lesmo 2. Heading down the back
see
straight.
If he's up on his time.
Up 2 tenths,
okay,
so
yeah. Oh, yeah, unfortunate.
He's invalidated. Yeah. Well, he's got time to get back in now. So he'll get another run in. Durnia has invalidated what looks like another hot lap here. He's invalidated, so Durnia's struggling.
We have Doth about to finish up a lap as well.
Just thinking about taking a bit of tow from Fusions there, but thinks better of it. Alright, here comes Doth. This is sort of a home race for Doth. I would think he would consider it a home race of sorts. So 18.9 for Doth. So yeah, barely ahead of Fusions, just behind Fuzz. So Fuzz put in a really solid quality lap there to sit in P2 for He's been in that top 3 for most of the session, Fuzz, so that's good to see. I think he's going to be pretty happy with that. If he can hang on to a top 3 start, he'll be in a good spot.
He's been driving out of his mind. I don't know where this pace has just suddenly come from. I think he's been on a roll, and it's exciting to see what he's going to do next season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was sort of low pressure. Yeah, of course, everything gets to his head, but I think it's just sort of a low pressure season because he kind of joined halfway through, I think. So probably doesn't. Yeah. He's not too worried about fighting for any specific position in the championship. He's just going out and driving and having a good time, and that sometimes is a better way to approach things. Putting too much pressure on yourself can backfire, and yeah, Fuzz just having a good time out there, enjoying himself, and with some really solid results, and got some solid pace. So the way Fuzz has been driving in quali so far, he could be the second quickest guy out there, and we'll see if he can convert in the race.
Yeah.
Beck.
Okay, Fusion hasn't validated his flying lap.
Everything's pretty good, my friend. Thanks for asking. That sharpshooter in the chat. Just couldn't make the race again, which is kind of unfortunate. Whoa, big moment for Beck. And there he goes. Another victim of Lesmo 2. Beck crashes the same place Sam did. He's out of the session.
Yeah, your rears are definitely on fire coming through that second part. And getting on the throttle, trying to get that extra tenths is something you just got to be wary of and trying to find that balance.
So Dernia's getting a clean lap in finally. It's not very competitive though. It's 20.7, so Dernia's struggling here. At the home race for the Scuderia as well. He's not able to even sniff the top 10 at the moment. I mean, starting P12, Dernia will make up places. He's very good on race starts and strategy, so you can see him easily making up some ground here.
Absolutely.
So we Packer on an out lap and Ryan. So Ryan's going to get a nice tow from Packer here.
Fusion's about to finish up a lap here.
He's down on his previous time according to the sheet from the top right. So let's see if it actually is correct or not.
Ooh, he backs off at the last moment.
Definitely backed into that. Packer going for another flyer here. I'd like to see how Ryan does with that toe.
We have Scabney really nice with a purple first sector.
Oh, that's good for Scabney.
He's not too far off the pace.
So Packer, is Scabney behind Packer and Ryan? I think, no, actually it looks like he's up ahead, so let's get to Scabney. Just made his way through Ascari chicane. Did you see his Sector 2 split?
No, I was trying to see if he was ahead or behind.
Okay,
It did not show up either.
Alright, let's check.
Wide.
Yeah, see how he does when he crosses the line here. Scabney on a pretty good lap. A 19 flat for Scabney, so a slight improvement. Doesn't really gain as many places as he would hope, though. Packer about to cross the line. He improves 18 flat. What does Ryan do? Ryan with that nice toe around the whole circuit goes 19.4 and jumps quite a few spots. So that's a nice little strategy from Ryan there to follow Packer closely and get that slipstream. Here comes Jinnit. Jinnit's backing out of this one. That's it for quality. Wow, that ended really fast.
Definitely eventful. Some guys struggling with the Lesmos, so we'll see how that ends up in the race.
I would fully expect to see a safety car tonight, based on what we just saw.
No.
Yeah. Always a safety car.
Turn 1.
Yeah, turn 1 is it's bad for contact, but I mean, if we're going to see any proper crashes, it's going to be the Lesmos or Ascari, I think. If you try to go side by side through Ascari, somebody's usually ending up in a barrier. Alright, so Packer on pole, Fuzz second, Daw third, Fusion's fourth, Scabney fifth, Beck sixth, Ryan seventh, Maverick eighth, T-Money ninth, Jinnit rounds out the top 10. Puff is going to start P11 and get tire choice. Dernia will also get tire choice in P12, and the rest of the guys that DNF'd round out the field. So we'll have a quick little intermission here, about a minute or two before we start the race. We'll have the formation lap, so refill your beverages, your grape beverage if you're partaking. It's
I'm partaking in your honor.
yes,
Glad
appreciate
to
that.
be here.
Absolutely, it's a good time on Monday nights here. For some people,
Yeah.
it's the start of the week. For some people, it's the end of the week.
But it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly. Whatever helps you justify your alcoholism. I'm just kidding. It's not.
Dearly.
It's not really alcoholism. I have a couple drinks on my weekend evenings, and that's about it. Sometimes more than a couple, but it's only on the weekend evenings. I don't need help. Don't worry about me. All right. Yeah. So the standings obviously have shaped up quite a bit differently with the departure of a couple drivers. And we got a minute or two to kill here. Let's run you through the standings. We got tonight's race and next week's race, and that'll be the end of it. So let's get to the Discord. Go to the standings. So Packer, the champion, 232 points, can't be caught no matter what. Durnya is P2, starting P12 tonight. So a lot of work to do for him, but 128 points to his name. Doth is third in the championship. Doth sort of sneakily climbed up the championship order. I didn't realize he was third in the
Yeah.
championship. That's really impressive from Doth. Joshua's fourth with 89 points. Doth has 93, so that's a good battle to keep an eye on. Joshua not here tonight, though, so he won't be able to do anything about that. Fuzz actually knocking on the door as well. P5 for Fuzz, 71 points. Jenna with 66 down in P6. Ryan has 49. T-Money has 48. And Zamaglis has 44. That's a tight battle as well. So Ryan and T-Money, another battle to watch tonight. Zamaglis not here again. Maverick, 33 points. So pretty good first season in Tier 1 for Maverick. I think he'll definitely be able to build on that next year. Eric is P11 with 27 points. Or sorry, 29 points. Scabney has 27 points. Beck has 25 points. So another really close group there. And then we have Cobalt and Puff tied with 21 points for P14. Sharpshooter with 19 points. Sam with 13. Fusions with 10. Seabass with 0. Is Seabass here? Yeah, so Seabass can be looking to score his first points tonight. It's a short field. As long as he keeps it on the track, there's a good chance he can get some points. Let's get those tires up.
Yeah, he definitely has the pace to score points. As you mentioned, like he just has to keep it on the track.
Yeah, short field
and,
too, right?
Yeah, and this is a track that you definitely have opportunities if you keep it on the track.
Yeah,
So.
absolutely. It's going to be a quick one tonight. I think it's like 35 laps, but they go very fast in Monza, so this race could be over before we even know it. Is it 27 laps?
Yep.
And they're what, like a minute? What was he? Minute 20 seconds? Yeah, it's going to be a quick race.
Yeah.
So they're going to be a quick one. Unless they're safety cars, but...
there will be.
Oh, I think there will be at least one.
Yeah.
I would say anyway.
Do we do predictions?
Well, I'm going to predict that Packer wins. I know it's bold, but no. Someone said Durnya for the win in chat. I think it might have been Joshua. I'd say, how about Sam finishes top 5?
Okay.
On that interesting, he's on a medium strat to start. Puff on a medium strat too could do well. Durnya and Seabass have been disqualified from the formation lap, so that's going to hurt Durnia's start. He's usually very quick off the line, but his tires are going to be compromised now. As far as... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't feel like any other predictions are terribly bold. Fusions, I have to say, though, has done well. He's sort of sneakily sitting P4, and I think that's his best qualifying performance of the season. So maybe Fusion's on for a podium here if he can put it all together and
I
get
say
out of the race clean.
Fuzz on the top step.
You think Fuzz is going to win this thing? So Packer's going to bin it, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll see what happens. We're going to get things rolling here. We are looking at Packer. He's your championship winner for Season 5. This is the penultimate race of the season. And we are go. I did not even hear or see the lights start, but we are racing Packer. That was bizarre. Packer off to an absolute lightning start. Well out in front. Let's keep an eye on the field in the back here. A lot of cars side by side. Looks like everybody getting through clean. No hargy-bargy shoving at this stage. Everybody doing nice, clean entry into turn 1, and it looks like we're going to get through here without any incidents. I think we're good.
Packer with a massive lead already over a second.
Yeah, back all over. Doth sends it. He's not going to make that corner. No way. And he doesn't. And Doth hits him. And back, geez, that was a very bold overtake, in all honesty. Doth has gotten wing damage. He's running back. There it is. Here's our safety car. Ryan's out.
What happened to Ryan?
He's out of the Grand Prix. But yeah, we are under safety car conditions already. Doth's going to have to pit, so he's going to be in trouble for that podium. Actually, maybe not. His wing looks okay. His wing might be okay. But he did run into the back of Beck, who he just cost Doth quite a few places, actually, with that contact, because it put Doth in a pretty bad spot, and he didn't have a very good line through the next few corners. But yeah, Beck sent it down the inside on him. And major lockup, and Doth tried to switch back and ended up running into the back of Beck. So
yeah, it's quite unfortunate to see that happen. I know obviously everyone wants to race and go for whatever margins there, but it's the first lap. You kind of have to sometimes take it easy, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't... I don't think it was terribly egregious from Beck. It was probably a little ambitious.
No.
Like I would say most days you're probably getting away with that. I don't think you get a penalty for it, really. But I'm sure he even is disappointed with himself there because he's run off the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything terribly... it wasn't too bad. I don't know. That's just my opinion. It wasn't too bad. It was just a bit ambitious and put Doth in a weird position. So the timing's absolutely botched like normal. Seabass has pit. He's gone to soft tires. I have a feeling he's not going to score points tonight with that kind of strategy. Why would you pit to soft so early? They're not going to go to the end from here. Zyg has pit to hard.
I think he might do... Wow. Okay.
Well, Zyg's going to try and go to the end for sure. Jinnit pit to the mediums as well. So now Jinnit drops himself down the order, and he'll be P12, but he'll have his pit stop done on fresh mediums. I don't know if those mediums go to the end of the Grand Prix from here. I think anybody's going to be hard-pressed to get their tires to the end at this stage. You think Beck's on fire, eh? Adri thinks Beck's on fire. You think Packer won Durnia 2 and third for Jinnit? Well, Jinnit's in a... Pits the mediums for the win. So who do you think's going to win from pitting the mediums? Jinnit? Puff for a comeback? I think Adri's just calling everything. He doesn't know what prediction he wants to stick to. He's just throwing things out there. He's throwing crap at the wall, seeing what sticks. So Adri, you might be still drunk. Alright, so nothing terribly interesting except for Ryan crashing out early in the race. I think he, somewhere around Curva Grande, I wonder if he maybe just got bumped by somebody and was sent into the wall, because it was sort of after Redifilio and just at the beginning of the Curva Grande. Time to get digital? Fuzz 1, Beck 2, Puff 3. Nobody believing in Packer tonight. This man just won the championship. Everybody's thinking he's going to crash out. This isn't Lando, a.k.a. Nathan, crashing out of the lead. It's Packer. Packer doesn't crash out of the lead, does he?
Well, it doesn't have to be a crash. Maybe, you know, his internet drops.
Yeah, that's true. Either way,
you know
some
what?
people sending
I
some bad
hope no
voodoo
one
towards
else.
him.
No, I mean, honestly, I want everyone to finish this race. I want everyone to be first.
Wow, safety car coming in already. That seems pretty quick. I guess we did get it on lap 1 though, so that's fair. So Packer's going to get us restarted here. He's the only one not weaving, and he's the one at the front, which I find kind of humorous. But the guys behind now are done their weaving, and they're just waiting to hit the gas. So Packer knows exactly when he's going to do it. These guys behind don't. They're taking chances by weaving. Packer could anytime just punch it, and I think Packer has punched it. He's gone. There he goes through Parabolica. So Packer restarts the Grand Prix. Fuzz, oh, Fusions with a big power slide around that final corner. And I think that cost him, but he was right on Fuzz. He had a chance to maybe go for an overtake, but that power slide just cost him dearly. See if anybody behind here has got a nice run. It looks like Dernia has a really good run on Doth. Look at Dernia go here. Dernia going up into P7 if he can hold it. Stays on that inside line.
Ooh.
Nearly off the road there, but keeps it and gets a really good exit and gets the place. Nice move from Dernia on the safety car restart there.
Great racing from both.
Absolutely, both left plenty of space through a tricky chicane. Here comes Puff, going to make a move around the outside of Curva Grande. He's going to head into the chicane. Can he get it done? No. The buzz on the inside is Sam. So Sam up a few places already, as we mentioned. They're going to watch out for him with his pace. Here comes Seabass going by Puff, yeah. Those fresh softs that I have no idea why he put them on, but seems to be working at the moment. Oh, there goes Maverick on Beck, down the inside through Ascari. Oh, they touch. Maverick has to get the car under control there. As I mentioned, it's a tricky place, and often if you go wheel to wheel there, somebody ends up walking back to the garage.
Scavney coming back.
Comes Maverick.
Goes down the inside.
Yeah, sorry, Scavney on Maverick. Yeah, so Scavney, he gets that move done on Maverick. Yeah, he's going to try on Beck now as well. Comes Scavney to the outside.
Squeezes him. Ooh.
Oh, Scavney put in a very bad spot there. Doing everything he can to hold these guys behind. They enter Curva Grande, and Dernia and Doth right on Scavney. This is going to be 3 cars into the chicane, very close here. Scavney trying to cover that better line. There he goes, side by side with Dernia. Dernia gets through, Doth is not, so Dernia well on his way to go start hunting down a top 5s. Dernia has a really good start to the Grand Prix after a really rough qualifying.
Looks like Scavney is starting to struggle with his tires a little bit. Doth is just right on him, just staying in that slipstream.
He did go into the dirt in turn 1, and I think that probably hurt his tires pretty badly. He definitely lost some temperature there. So yeah, tricky place. Trying to make a move on Beck there after getting by Maverick, and then Scavney sends himself further down the order instead of ahead. So Beck's sitting P4 currently. Fusion's doing a nice job here. He's actually built a solid gap to Beck already, though he does have a time penalty as it stands, so he's going to have to do a bit more work to try and erase that deficit.
Still no ERS, but Maverick is closing very quickly.
Yeah, Maverick taking a peek, but without DRS, he's not able to make that move on Beck. Here comes Seabass making a move. He gets by T-Money, and he's right on Doth now. So Seabass with those fresh softs, going to make a move around the outside on Doth through Curva Grande. Can he make it stick into the chicane? Definitely has better grip and a little bit more speed, but on the brakes, can he get it done? No. Bit of a lock up there, and Doth holds the place, but Doth struggling on the switchback. Seabass nearly tags the rear tire of Doth. In fact, he does. Hits the rear tire of Doth, but gets the car stabilized before he ends up in a barricade. So Seabass going for it here. There's Maverick on Beck. He's going to have DRS down the main straight now. We'll see if he can capitalize on that. Will he get DRS this? I think, yeah, because they'll cross the finish line, should be active.
Right.
Beck
does have a good amount of ERS, so he's doing a pretty good job staying in front of these guys at the moment. So we'll see if that's good enough, if that's enough to keep Maverick behind.
Yeah, does he get DRS here? Let's see. Yeah, he does. So DRS
He
active
does.
now. Maverick is absolutely soaring towards the back of Beck. Is he going to have a chance at an overtake here? Beck trying to cover him off. Maverick fearlessly sends it down the outside. And Beck with so much more traction keeps it on the tarmac, and Maverick forced to take the curb and loses a ton of pace there. And now Dernia's right on his tail. Nice little scrap going on for P4 here. Scavney joining the party as well. Bit of a train starting to form behind Beck at the moment. See Dernia, that snap of oversteer there, riding in that dirty air. And then Scavney doing a nice job staying tucked behind these guys, closing in. You said Packer P1, Joshua? All right. Well, at least somebody believes in the champion. All right. Dernia closing on Maverick here. So, as you mentioned, Beck seeming to be doing a good job with his battery, keeping these guys at bay. And now Dernia is probably going to get amongst Maverick and disrupt that. That might help Beck get away a little bit. Here comes Dernia. Maverick has DRS to defend, but Dernia is closing. Is he going to be close enough? No, he is not. So Beck stays in front, and Maverick and Dernia have to fall in line. Scavney just keeping tabs. He's just slid out of DRS range. Doth is closing in on the DRS range of Seabass, and T-Money right on the tail of Doth as well.
Surprised Seabass has lost touch so quickly with the guys in the top 7.
I'm wondering
fresher softs.
I'm wondering if they're just starting to go off because maybe he was just driving so hard, trying to make up for lost time.
Yeah.
It's possible. He could overheat them quite easily,
Yeah.
I feel. Dernia closing as they head to Ascari. This is a place for overtaking. We've seen it before. And he sends it down the inside. They're wheel to wheel. Maverick tucks in, goes for that switchback. Dernia with a bit of a clumsy line through there, trying to get the overtake done, and Maverick keeps it steady and is able to fight that back as they head towards Parabolica. Maverick retakes that place. Nice job. He did well to kind of give up
right
that
on the
corner.
back of Fusions. Beck might have this move done.
Yeah, Fusion's seeming to just really fall off here at the pace. He was doing quite well out front and absolutely nowhere now. Beck to the outside.
Pretty easily done.
Dernia goes by Maverick as well. Fusions keeps that place for the time being. Excuse me. Dernia did get by Maverick. The yellow flag in Sector 1, who would that be? Is that Puff? It is Puff. Well, the misery continues for Puff fans. Wasn't doing anything particularly outstanding at this point of the race, but that's surely not going to help. Been a rough season for Puff.
We also have Janet 310s behind Sam.
Yeah.
It's like a pretty close battle here for 10 on the mediums too.
Yeah, we got a lot of nice battles in the field right now. Janet and Sam close to Doth. And we got Scavney, Maverick, Dernia, Beck, Fusions.
Yeah, that whole middle field is pretty competitive today.
Yeah, definitely.
Very close.
Fusions under pressure here from Beck, though. Big pressure, and a few guys close behind. So let's stay with this battle for now. Beck moving to the outside line once again. Fusions trying to cover that inside. On the brakes, sends it late. They're wheel to wheel, but Beck gets that place. Nice job from Fusions and Beck there, keeping it clean. Fusions fought that desperately, but just could not find the grip at the right time. Beck able to get through there.
Yeah, last time around it was about the same braking distance, but Beck left a little bit more room. This time he's a little bit more aggressive, and I think that paid off and gave Fusions a little bit more to think about.
Yeah, it just sort of, Beck sort of put his elbows up this time, made sure he got the place.
Yep.
Yeah, still very close here with these midfield drivers. Everybody really putting the pressure on one another. We got Maverick taking a peek at Durnia once again. There goes Fusions picking up another time penalty, though. It was a pretty obvious corner cut there as he entered Ascari, and Maverick with a big snap there. He's in trouble. Scavney going for the overtake now as they head towards Parabolica. But Maverick also gaining on Durnia somehow. So Durnia must have had a moment too. Maybe these soft tires just starting to put these guys in a risky spot where they can't really control the car properly. So yeah, everybody dives in except for Maverick. Yep. So Maverick stays out.
Ooh, Fusion's 5-second penalty speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, he's racking up penalties. You know, he's driving well with good pace, but those penalties are going to kill him. He's going to take him right out of the top 10 at this stage. Maverick, though, stays out, tries to go for the overcut, and there's a VSC, so all those guys that dove in the pits got such a cheap pit stop now. Unbelievable luck for those guys. Maverick in shambles out there. You can see the steam coming out of his helmet. He must be absolutely furious. And there's no other Williams car either, so there was no reason he couldn't pit.
Oh, that's the risky run doing the overcut.
Yeah, and Scavney. Was it Scavney or Sam? Sam picked up a drive-through penalty there. Yeah, drive-through penalty for Sam. Fusions with 11 seconds.
And Durnia.
Durnia has a drive-through as well. So 11 seconds of penalties for Fusions already. That's going to be very detrimental to his bid for the podium. And we're back racing again, and Jinnit is all over the back of Sam. He wants to get through here. He doesn't want to wait for a drive-through penalty. See if Jinnit can find a way through as they head towards Parabolica. Great shot with the chopper there. Tree's getting in the way a little bit. Jinnit, yeah, just not close enough, but Sam Shirley's got to go in and serve this penalty.
Jinnit runs a little wide there.
No, Sam's going to stay out, so Jinnit's going to get by him. Shirley with the DRS here. Yeah, Jinnit to the outside. He can turn this battery down and start harvesting, and I think he's got that place comfortably. Nice job from Jinnit getting the move done. Fuzz getting by Maverick, who's pit finally. So Maverick has to take a penalty, well, sort of a de facto penalty in the sense that he pit in normal racing conditions rather than the VSC. And look where he is. He's just ahead of Doff now, who is way behind the rest of the runners. So Scavney is ahead of Maverick, Fuzz, Fusions. Did Scavney jump Maverick through that as well? I guess he did. And then Durnia also has the drive-through, right? So Durnia served his drive-through. And now his pit again. So yeah, he's in trouble here, Durnia. Way behind the field. Fusion's taking a run on Beck here. So many more penalties, and he's going for it anyway. Goes across the curb in the Ascari chicane, and Beck holds that place. Great job from Beck to hold that. And Fusions did not want to give him an inch of room.
Going side by side again.
You have to admit, though, Fusions has to be desperate here because he needs to build up a lot of time difference if he wants to cover off sliding out of the top 10. Here comes Beck, though. Now he has the DRS, and he goes sailing by on the outside. So Fusion's not able to do anything, and Fusion's under pressure from Fuzz. Fuzz going to go through as well here down the inside, Fuzz. Big lockup for Fuzz. Though he does seem to have better traction on the outside, and he is he going to get through into Curva Grande? Fuzz does have better grip, and he does get through. This is a really crazy
Fusions
battle.
had to back out of his turn a little bit because of Beck, so Fuzz was able to carry a little bit more speed through the corner, and he has more, like 3 times more ERS.
And Fuzz is now really under pressure after getting in front. He's struggling a little bit, and Fusion's putting the pressure on. And Scavney right there to clean up the scraps as well. Jinnit's actually just behind Packer, but Packer is pit, so. Comes Fusions, though. Fusion's getting pretty good runs out of Ascari, but he's probably paying for those in the penalties that are adding up for him. No, he doesn't get that place. Fuzz covers it off. Fuzz does not want to end up behind a guy with this many penalties. It's just going to hurt Fuzz's race overall more. And Fuzz definitely needs to get by Beck here. Cannot be stuck behind Beck. Fuzz was running ahead of him in the field, so he needs to get this place.
I don't think he's close enough.
No. Beck covers that off
He
nicely. Oh, there's a bit of contact, though. Bit of a chain reaction there. I think he gets away with that without damage. I don't think Doth had to change his wing either, so it was about similar contact, I think. Someone's touched the dirt back there. Is it Doth, maybe? Picking up a lot of dirt. I can't tell if it's really hot in here or if I'm starting to get a fever. Or it's the wine, maybe. But I've had my window open and a fan on all day, and I think I've closed the window and turned the fan off, so I'm going to turn the fan back on, try and get this air moving around a little bit.
Some circulation.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm sure mixing wine and COVID vaccines is probably not recommended.
I think it is.
Oh, well, I mean, as long as it doesn't kill me, right?
Mm-hmm. We have Scavney.
Moving to the outside line, and still wheel to wheel. Puff's out. Is he retired in the pits? Oh no, Puff has lost the car. Puff has lost the car through a scurry.
Beck has lost it as well.
I missed that. He was right in front of us, wasn't he?
Yeah. Huge collision into the wall.
Yeah, there he is. Parked dead center in the track. I can't believe that's not a safety car. So Beck out and Puff out in a matter of moments. Yeah, it's a safety car. So who's that going to pan out for? Sam? Sam needs to... Oh, wait, has Sam served his drive-through? He has. He's lucky he served it, because now he can get that pit stop done under safety car.
Yeah. Zenith and Zyg need to get off those tires.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to work out nicely for Zenith and Zyg. I think Zenith is actually going to be able to get this pit stop done and come back out in front of Zyg and Fuzz at this stage. Because Zyg's going to have to pit for sure, and Fuzz is far enough away. So Zenith and Zyg going to get some freebie pit stops here. Zenith goes to the pits. He's going to put the softs on surely, right?
You would think so.
I mean, he's got 2 safety car laps minimum on these softs. Like, that should get him to the end easily. So yeah, Zenith pits.
Yeah.
Zyg pits. So Fuzz being throttled as he comes down the main straight. Zenith trundling along. Is Zenith going to get back out in front? This is going to be very tight. Ooh, I think Zenith is behind.
No. Yeah, he loses a position to Fusion as well.
That's okay, though. He's got fresh softs, and he's going to be right on the tail of Fusions and Fuzz. So Zenith looking at potential P2 finish here if he can get the overtakes done on those fresh softs. Zyg. Oh, is he behind Seabass, or did Seabass get him? I think it's once you pass the white line, that's when your position counts, right? Like once you finish the exit lane or whatever. So yeah, Zyg tucks in behind Seabass. Ahead of Scavney. Doth goes to the pits. Maverick, Sam, Durnia. So Puff crashed out of this. Durnia serving a stop-go penalty here. Probably for speeding in the pit lane last time. So we're going to reset all these gaps. We're going to get a nice clean run here towards the end of the Grand Prix. Fusions with 14 seconds. This is going to hurt him badly because everyone's going to be within his window now. Durnia with still another 5 seconds to serve, though. That's strange. That's quite strange.
Maybe he got that last one when he went in. I'm not sure why they didn't get that done either.
Yeah, that's weird. Fusions obviously carrying a lot of penalties here, so he's going to be in trouble. Packer has 3 seconds, but I feel like he can make up 3 seconds before the end of the Grand Prix. Wine is always recommended. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to get on the links after this race is over and play a nice drunken first round of the ZOR Golfers Association Japan Cup. We're playing in Japan this week for the next 5 days. Yeah, some of us are thinking about golf season already, even though we have another race next week. And Joshua missed the race tonight. Hopefully not, because he's out on the links right now trying to put up a... setting the bar for the rest of us.
Dernier pits, probably get rid of that 5-second penalty.
Yeah, I figure he's at the back anyway. Might as well serve it and get... yeah, just get it over with, right? He's been stuck. I was going to say he's stuck in the pits there, but now he's got nothing to worry about. He's got time to get back to the back of the field. And he has a clean race, not with no penalties to worry about. He was pretty much at the back anyway, so... Yeah, what do you think, Zenith?
Fresher.
I think Zenith on the softs has a chance at winning this race. Does he think he's quick enough to go get ahead of Packer? You know, this is exactly what happened to me last season in this race. I pit under safety car and got out in about P3 or 4 on the softs, and I nailed the restart and ended up winning the race. I think there was only like 3 or 4 laps left at that stage though, so it was a little bit of a different scenario, and I was under pressure. I think if there was another lap or 2, I would have lost the place, but...
well, he would have to close up really quickly, because those softs will start dying off dramatically at the end of the race.
Yeah, he's going to have to put in, what, about 10 racing laps on them? Maybe 9?
Yeah. And not pick up any penalties.
Yeah, exactly, so it's a bit of a tall ask at this stage. See if it pans out for Zenith. Either way, he's looking like he's good for a podium at least, because Fusions isn't going to maintain that with the amount of penalties he has. Yeah, pretty good Italian Grand Prix, as I mentioned. Seabass looking for his first points so far. He has no penalties, and he's sitting at P5 right now. And there's only one car left outside the points, and that's Durnia. Even if Seabass slides all the way down to P11 and stays within the penalty window of the guys ahead of him, he's going to get a point here at minimum.
We still have to keep an eye on Fuzz, because he's on a lap fresher tire than Packer, and he has no penalties, so he could actually be on the top step, like I mentioned in the beginning. So
yeah, absolutely.
Fuzz, you owe me for this.
Yeah, some good voodoo from Grim, so... See if it pans out for Fuzz. I think he's going to struggle to keep in that 3-second window, but looks like Durnia's going to catch up the field just in time. He's so lucky. Look at that, he just caught the field. So Durnia eradicates all his penalties and now can just go racing. Wow, look at the cars there. There's what, 5 cars abreast heading through the exit of Ascari. That's insane.
No, that's quite unfortunate. Seabass.
Zenith too. So who's at fault there? Seabass has to be, because he's behind, right? So Zenith could probably get that removed at the very least. As long as Zenith gets his race director, he can probably get that penalty removed. Seabass is going to keep that penalty though. And as irate as I said, he's probably getting points. He may have just cursed himself. We're racing again. Packer gets us rolling, and Fusions. Wait a second. Wasn't Fusions behind Fuzz?
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there.
So he's overtaken Fuzz somehow before the start-finish line? That doesn't make any sense.
There is a glitch that happens in the game. So I'm not sure if you take advantage of that.
Well, if he did, he'll definitely get disqualified, because I'm pretty sure we've made it quite clear you can't overtake under safety car. Just because the game lets you doesn't mean you're allowed to. Anyway, Zenith is going to be looking to put some pressure on Fuzz here. He's going to try and get by these guys and go fight for the possible win. Obviously, pending review, getting that penalty removed. I'm assuming it's not his fault. I don't know how the car behind hits you under safety car, and it's pretty much a penalty removal all day, every day. There's only 8 laps left, so unless Zenith pits, then he can definitely request for a penalty removal, and that will benefit him greatly. Zenith now on the tail of Fuzz on these fresh softs. They're even fresher than the mediums, and they're a better compound, so should see Zenith get through here quite quickly. Zyg has made a nice move on Seabass there. Around the outside on his fresh soft, so Zyg getting some good racing in here tonight. Seabass trying to switch back on him. Does get back in front, it looks like, and now Scavney putting Zyg under some pressure. So here comes Scavney down the inside. Zenith too.
Going down the inside.
Zenith Fuzz bump. Yeah, Fuzz sort of just forced into an odd spot there and had to yield to Zenith. Not much he could have done about it either. Maverick and Scavney scrapping away back there too. See Scavney and Sam very close, nose to tail. Sam taking a look. Maverick taking a look as well. Doth all over the back of Seabass here now too. So Zenith already built a second gap to Fuzz here, so Zenith's definitely got the pace. And I think he's going to get fusions easily, even with the penalties. Let's check those real quick. Zenith with 3, fusions with 14, and Packer with 3. So Zenith has to actually go catch Packer outright if he wants to have a shot at winning this thing. And looks like Zenith probably going to get fusions down the main straight into the Redifilio.
Yeah, he seems close enough, and Fusions has a terrible exit.
Yeah, I think Zenith's got him easily here.
Yeah.
DRS too.
Maybe before the DRS zone.
Yeah, I didn't get DRS yet because it was just enabled, so. Now here comes Doth on Seabass as well. Getting that move done. Let's check in with Scavney making a move. Trying to go to the inside of Maverick here. Scavney wheel to wheel and locks up a bit.
Ooh.
Does get it done though. It's a nice move from Scavney on those softs. And Fusion's trying to hang on to Zenith, but Zenith on soft tires with 6 laps to go. Can he eradicate that 3-second gap to Packer and take a run at him? It's going to be a tall order.
He is
Packer
taking
a
good chunk out of it every turn.
Packer just so quick though, like he might even be able to cover him off on old mediums. It's hard to say. Maybe not. I don't know. Zenith is, like you said, he is slowly chipping away at it. He could get there by the end of the race. He's going to be hungry for that, Zenith. Oh, big moment for Seabass here. He's out. Wow, what?
Oh no, what happened?
A turn of events. He went straight off in Ascari, like it didn't even. Looked like he didn't even. I think he maybe touched with Zyger perhaps, and was sent straight off. But wow, it looked like he was surely on for his first points, and he ends up in the barricade on the exit of Ascari. He's got to be absolutely fuming with that. So
yeah.
Points to everybody else running here. Fusions, no matter where he finishes with those penalties, will still get a point. Yeah, Zenith struggling to whittle that gap down. It looks like Packer's going to have him covered. I know, I did jinx him, Adri. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just pretended I didn't notice. Every time. Poor Seabass.
Doth still hunting down Fuzz. He needs to get past him on this lap before those stars starts seriously falling off.
Yeah, Doth, really nice run through Ascari here. He's right on the tail of Fuzz. Right as you called for it, he delivers. Here comes Doth as they head to Parabolica, going to that outside line. He's got it
use
done.
all of his ERS here, so hopefully he gets DRS as well.
It looks like he's got a nice run on fusions here, at the very least, with a potential for a slipstream. Does he get DRS? He does. So he's probably safe here from Fuzz. Could think about taking a run at fusions, but he's probably just going to wait until the next run down the main straight. So Doth potentially looking at a podium finish yet again. After it looked like his race had turned into a disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor CUS.
Zag right on the back of Fuzz. Still trying to get by. Fuzz making that car very wide.
Yeah,
See
Fuzz.
how he goes. He's using all that ERS.
He also has no penalties, Fuzz, so he's going to gain quite a few places here at the end.
Mm-hmm.
He stays in that DRS range. Zag using a lot of curb there. He just had to see him get out of that throttle a little bit just to make sure he kept it on the track.
Picks up a penalty.
We're jinxing everybody tonight. Doth going for it on Fusions now, reeling him in. He's going to try and get that pass for the podium done on the track. Yeah, Doth closing super fast. Even Fuzz might have a run at Fusions here. Here comes Fuzz to the outside on Fusions. Fusions taking that inside line to defend almost every single time. He looked like he was even almost trying to fight back at Doth there, which was probably ill-advised, given how far back he was. But now that's put Fuzz in a bad spot, and Zag's all over him. Curva Grande, Zag.
Oh, they touch!
Whoa,
Fuzz! Oh, no, no, no!
Fuzz with a...
he manages to keep it out the wall, but that's his
so
race.
Lucky. He's so lucky he didn't lose the car there. But you saw it, like, what, he turned 5-6 times before he finally just let go on him. He couldn't get it straightened up. And there's Zag now has lost it as well, so a little bit of karma, I guess, there for Zag. Loses the car corner after Fuzz, and wow, it's so unfortunate for Fuzz. He was looking at a potential podium there, and now he's probably just going to get a point or two. Wow, it's got to be
Fusions picks up another penalty.
Yeah, he's going to be at risk for getting disqualified at this stage. 17 seconds. It's quite a few. So Fusion's going to drop right to the back of the field by the time the race is over. He's racked up quite a few penalties tonight. Definitely would have shown that black and white flag a few times by now. So now Scavney going to try and take a stab at Fusion, see if he can sneak through there. Maverick putting some pressure on Scavney. And Jinnit just kind of runs out of tires and gets stuck there in that 3-second window to Packer. Doth trying to do everything he can to reel in Jinnit, but a bit of a tall order with 3 laps to go. So this looks like our best battle for the rest of the race here. Fusion's trying to hold off Scavney, and Maverick, who seems to be on a charge right now, putting some pressure on Scavney for P5. Comes Maverick as they approach the Parabolica. Taking a peek down the inside, but it's not quite there yet. He's just gonna...
He will have DRS, but he also has ERS, what Sam has none.
Yeah, Scavney under pressure here from Maverick, and Maverick with that DRS, even on the mediums, able to go to the outside and take a run here. Fusions kind of blocks the line there for Maverick. He couldn't just confidently send it into the corner with the Racing Point parked in front of him. So Scavney keeps that place for the time being.
Sam right behind Fuzz, trying to gain that position back.
Sam with a pretty nice run here as they enter the Lesmos. And no, looks like Fuzz got him covered for the time being. Maverick still trying to close in on Scavney, who is now closing on Fusions again. Just checking with Scavney and see if he can get this move done on Fusions. Fusions with a bit of a wobble on the exit of Ascari there. That's going to help Scavney. Scavney, you can see just closing as they enter a Parabolica. Fusions tries to get back to the racing line. Scavney's going to have him down the straight here, though. Barely any ERS to use, but I assume Fusions is in a similar boat. You see him harvesting as they're going down the straight. That red light flashing. And Scavney harvesting as well. As well as Maverick. They're all harvesting. So they're fighting tooth and nail with pretty much just what the car is giving them, not much battery. And wow, nice move from Scavney there. Leaves Fusions just enough space, but not enough that
Maverick
Fusions could get on the
as
throttle.
well.
Yeah, Maverick sneaks by, so it's back to Maverick versus Scavney with Fusions all over their gearbox. Oh,
Maverick
late send. Oh, that was close. Thought Fusions was going to send it as well. Bit of dirt there from Dernier in the background. Dernier closing in too. No penalties actually. We'll gain quite a bit on these guys.
Maverick flies by Scavney.
Yeah, just absolutely sailing. He must have been saving that battery. Fusions all over Scavney again. We're on the final lap. That's it. Packer just won the race. That's the final lap. It kind of snuck up on me there, but Packer wins it. Ginnick goes P2, Doth third. Maverick comes around in fourth. Scavney with Fusions right on his tail finishes P5. Fusions is going to finish P6 for now. Scavney jumps to third. Whoa! Yeah, that's good. Good way to end things. A lot of carnage.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So Packer wins. Ginnick P2. Fusions celebrating. Or no, it's Packer actually. Packer's got no wheel here too. Any other cars gonna hit them? Ginnick driver of the day. I'd say so.
That's right.
Yeah. Good drive from Ginnick. So we got Packer, Ginnick, and what is that? Scavney on the podium? Damn, that's a great result for Scavney. Moved up from Tier 2 mid-season. Finds himself on the podium in the penultimate race of the season. That's great stuff.
A huge confidence builder. Absolutely.
Ah, yeah, for sure. Scavney's been really solid in Tier 1. He's had some bad luck for sure. So good to see him get a result and get on the podium there. So, and shout out to him and Scavney. Scavney and Dernier. No penalties. The only two drivers. So Packer wins at Ginnick P2, Scavney P3, Doth P4, Dernier takes P5, Maverick P6, Fuzz P7, Sam P8, Fusions P9, and Zyg, I think maybe have just intentionally backed off just so there was no confusion. So actually Seabass doesn't get a point though because he DNF'd too far away from the end of the race. He would have got a point if he had finished 90% of the Grand Prix, which I think would have been lap 24.
Yeah.
Did he get to lap 24? He might have. I don't know. But anyway, Zyg doesn't count, so Zyg will finish P10, but there's actually a point there for Seabass if he got the 90% in. Imagine that after all that, he finally does get his point. No, he didn't. He didn't actually. I think he crashed out quite a ways back, didn't he? Either way, actually, I guess we can find out quickly. Let me incidents. Oh, I've lost it. Curse this game. It's unfortunate they don't leave you to, my cat's sleeping on the bed beside me, and he has this nice fleece blanket that I lay out for him. He sleeps on it, and he's on his back right now with his belly exposed, and he's gotten his claw stuck to part of the blanket and pulled it over his head, so it looks like he's like folded the blanket up to his head like a little pillow. I just noticed how adorable that is. I'm gonna take a picture.
Take a picture.
Yeah, it's going in the group chat.
Love animals.
Yeah, I see you picked up a pet snake this week.
Yep, a ball python.
Yes. Not the most stereotypically cute animal, but
you just gotta get to know her.
Yeah, absolutely. Prefer that she would get to know me, not around my neck. Yeah, I hear people with their giant snakes. They're like, "Oh, he's sleeping in the bed with me." It's like, yeah, you're not gonna wake up one day. Yeah. All right. Who's the party here? Jinnit, we know for sure. Scavney. Wait, I actually have every one of these guys. That's great. So there we go. We'll add them to the party. You interested in leading interviews? You prepared for that, or do you want me to take care of that?
No big deal at all.
All right.
What's
Well,
going on?
I'll let you do it because we generally let the second guy do the interview. So if you want to take care of them tonight, feel free. I mean, you did a great job tonight. Just to say, like that was your debut for comms, and it was really great to have you in the booth, and you're really on the ball. So appreciate you being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Hopefully I can do this more often.
Absolutely. You get a crack at it next week if you want.
Yep. I'm here.
Sounds good. All right. Well, take it away when you're ready. There. I think who joined? We got Jinnit and Packer so far.
You got everyone?
All right. There you go.
All right. So great race from you guys. Obviously a lot of turmoil in some places. Some guys not able to finish quali, some guys not able to finish the race. Let's start with Packer. What was your thought going into this race? I mean, obviously you already wrapped up the championship. Did you, you know, think of finishing the race P1? Did you just want to go out and, take it easy? What was your mindset?
Um, well, going into qualifying, Italy, being one of my better tracks, I was thinking possibly just starting from the back, having a little bit of fun, going through the field and all that stuff, but decided to, just put it on pole, and then just drive my own race, have a calm afternoon. But yeah, that's really it. Was able to do that. Safety cars up the blood pressure a little bit as well as penalties, but yeah, was able to take the win, pole position, championship, constructors, all
Yeah,
that.
cool. Did you have any different strategies once the safety cars came out?
Well, when the final safety car came out, I was thinking about maybe pitting on a soft, and doing the same strategy as Jinnit, but I just decided against it. It's not worked so well for me in the past, especially this season. So yeah, I just decided against it and just tried to, if I did get the second penalty, which I ended up getting, just try and pull the gap if I could.
Absolutely. And final question for you. So, obviously, next race is final race of the season. How do you feel about next season with the new game? Any concerns? Anything on the mind about it?
We'll just have to see where I am on pace, going into the next game. I'd like to get a little bit quicker, as most guys
Yeah.
will want to.
Yeah, you definitely need to get quicker. So,
Yeah, but yeah, just hoping to get a little bit quicker, get a little bit more competitive, and then, maybe be able to challenge Nathan if he is allowed back. But yeah, it'd be nice to
mm,
find someone else of that of that caliber and be able to race them, fight them for the championship, and not be, 35 points behind going into the penultimate round.
gotcha. Well, we'll be here. Hopefully, you get that challenge that you're looking for. And yeah, keep doing your thing, man. Great racer, great person.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
thank you.
So, Jinnit, Mr.
Yo!
International, what's going on, buddy? Great race from you, man. How does it feel being back on the podium here?
It's been a long while. But
Yeah,
the first safety car, I just had to get rid of my soft tyres and fresh mediums, and I think that the second safety car obviously helped me a lot.
yeah. We thought you had a chance there with those fresh soft at the end, but it seemed like 2, 3 laps in, your pace started to taper off. What happened there?
But I don't think it tapered off. It was just more so not trying to get penalties, and then I noticed Packer gets his second 3-second penalty, and I'm potentially within the window for a win. And then I, Scavney will agree with me on this one. The second chicane, I'm sure I turned in on the right amount of time. I had the tyres on the track. I get an instant 5-second penalty for it, and that instantly throws the race away. Although
Yeah,
Packer did pull away anyway towards the end, so I don't think the win was on anyway.
so would you still go with the same
But it was
strategy if you
encouraging.
can go back?
Well, safety cars. If there wasn't a safety car, then I wouldn't have changed strategies. It would have been soft medium. but with a safety, 2 safety cars, I'll pit on both safety cars to get fresher tyres, which I believe is key.
Yeah. I mean, so obviously, huge result here. New season, new game coming out. I'm sure you're going to be looking to take this momentum into the next game, into the next season. Any, worries or anything you're excited about for the next game?
Just see when it comes. Like, you can get excited all you want about a Codemasters F1 game, but you know it's going to come with its flaws.
Yeah,
Well, I'm like optimistic that them working with EA is going to fix some of the bugs. And
I'm
make it
optimistic
somewhat
they'll have
better.
a large selection of tracks and EA will kick up the arse to introduce DLC tracks. That's what I'm hoping. If
I'd
not
pay
this
it.
game, then the next game.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
EA have fully got their hands on it, like.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, once again, congratulations to you. Awesome race.
No problem. Thank you.
Hopefully, you take your momentum as well into the next season and continue to show up here.
Okay.
Scavney, my man, how you been? How was your race? Talk me through it.
Well, there's a lot to go over. It was a good starting quality. A bit of a shaky first stint, but the VSC on the first lap or the first pit cycle really helped me undercut Maverick and Fuzz as well, I believe. But then the second safety car came out, and I knew that the fresh sauce was just going to be so fast. I knew I probably was only going to lose 1 or 2 spots, so I figured it was worth it. In the end, keeping it clean helped out a lot as well, obviously. But quite a lot of ups and
absolutely.
downs, a lot of close moments, but somehow we made it.
And how does it feel like being on the podium in Tier 1, just coming up from Tier 2? Does it feel like a little bit more like of an accomplishment?
Well, if you told me 9 weeks ago at Netherlands that I'd be on the podium here, I'd have told you you're crazy, but it feels pretty good though.
Good, good. Well, I mean, obviously, we're just league racers doing this and as a hobby, but still, it feels good at the end of the day knowing that you're getting better, and we all can see that clearly with you. So, congratulations again, and best of luck for the future.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's it for the night. We'll wrap things up. We got one more race for the season. That'll be a Great Britain next week. That'll be it's a makeup race for one that was postponed. So that'll be the final round. I do believe the final round of races for every other tier are going this week. So that'll be Tier 3 Wednesday, Tier 2 on Thursday night, both at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then the EU tier on Sunday UK time, 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern in North America. Those will be the final races of the season for those tiers, and then next week we'll go for our finale of Tier 1. It'll be the British Grand Prix. I will not be here. I'll be absent next week, so we're going to have Grim fill in potentially with some other driver, but either way we'll find some comms for you guys regardless of who can make it. Obviously it's a week from now, so a lot can change, but just want to say special thanks to Grim for popping in the booth tonight. Appreciate it. You did a great job for your first time out, and looking forward to hearing your call next week if you do make it into the booth. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty positive having you added to the comms team. It's always great to have new guys join the booth, and the more guys that we get that are comfortable on the mic, and the better it is for the league, because we can always try to cover things off if people end up being busy. So appreciate you stopping in. If you have any final thoughts, feel free.
Yeah. I mean, I just gotta say, obviously, thank you to everyone in the league. It's my first league ever, and been having a great time racing against everyone, getting better. And yeah, just looking forward to, doing more comms, doing more races with all you wonderful people and Fuzz. So yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
All right, Janet.
Yeah, we'll see you later. It's all good, are you?
Yeah. All right.
It's been a good day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Can I just play this for Fuzz, because I know he's listening?
I guess we
Here you
can
go.
cut this part
Especially
of the
for
stream.
Fuzz.
Man, what are you doing? Classic.
Right,
I thought you were gonna play music, and I was like, well, as long as we don't get a copyright strike, I guess it's fine. But But no, it's
Yeah.
I'm glad you're able to sneak in there for a podium for my final comms of season 5. So
Nice.
yeah,
That's
good
it.
stuff there, Janet. Nice result, and
Thank you.
yeah, we'll catch you guys next season. I'll be back for Tier 1, hopefully Monday nights, unless my work schedule changes. But regardless, keep an eye out on our socials. If you're new here watching this later on, hit subscribe. You can go check out all the old races from the season. We've got 3 tiers with a full season and a very short Tier 3 season you can check out. You can find our socials there as well on Twitter and Instagram, and follow us there, and you can keep up on the news for when we get Season 6 underway with the new game. But as I said, a few more races to go this week, and then one more final race for Tier 1 next Monday. Hope you guys tune in next week, and we'll catch you next season.